Your inability to accept when a man just don't with you like that will up your self-confidence. Because here you are trying to give more of yourself just so he can validate your worth instead of saying, this man don't with me like that. You use every other reasoning to conjure up reasons as to why he can't communicate with you effectively, why he disappears and comes in and out of your life like he Casper the Ghost, why he don't care if you get your nut at night. The don't like you like that. But instead of realizing that, what do? Give him more cooch. Give him more time. Try to prove your worthiness to him because you need his validation. You need to feel like the man you like likes you back. And sometimes he don't. But when you don't accept that, you up your own self-confidence and you waste your own time. You know that man don't like you. Accept it and move on. When a man actually likes a woman, he move a little different. Ask yourself, is this man moving different? When a man actually likes a woman, it's evident. It's evident in the way he moves, his actions, the way he cares and handles her. You are constantly questioning whether or not this man actually with you like that. Most likely it's because he don't.
You show him that's not gonna go. That's not gonna fly. I'm not stooping. You're gonna have to elevate to my level. Now when he realizes that, he says, you know what? This a real woman. Now he regrets losing you in this space, in this season right here. And so now he's reaching out to you and now you don't respond. Now see, this is the thing. A man who knows you're his wife, he's not going to just move on and jump in another relationship. He's not going, now if he had an ex and y'all weren't together that long, he might be dilly-dallying, but he's not going to jump into something and be posting this woman online and trying to make you jealous. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do anything to try to upset you or hurt you if he knows that you're his wife. If he's doing things to try to upset you and hurt you, posting another woman, doing crazy stuff, showing him at the strip club, him doing this, him doing that, and you know it's to burn you, to hurt you, that's not your husband.
Don't wait for someone to treat you better than you treat yourself. You know, I'm not sure if you guys heard this, but I always heard this. They said never go food shopping when you're hungry, because you'll just start throwing everything in the cart just because you're hungry in that moment. So you're not buying what you need, you know, and you got all of these things that you wanted out of hunger, but you miss the actual things that you need to put a full meal together. So don't pull people into your life out of desperation. Don't pull people into your life out of loneliness. Make sure you already raising the bar for yourself. You know, so if your love language is quality time, make sure you're spending quality time with yourself, getting to know yourself. If your love language is word of affirmations, make sure you're talking to yourself and giving yourself those words of confidence and love and compassion. You know, like, don't put the pressure on pulling people into your life and demanding that they treat you better than you treat yourself. Who are you? What kind of love do you need? What kind of conversations do you need? What kind of interactions do you need? Raise the bar for yourself, so when someone come into your life, they see you in every form that you live in. You know, they say how you do anything is how you do everything. Your house is a part of you. Your car is a part of you. All of your world is you. So when someone come into your house, they should see how much you love yourself. When someone interact with you on a conversation level, they should see how much you love yourself. When someone interact with your children, they should see how much you love yourself. Shower yourself with love. Shower yourself with the energy and vibration that you demand. And raise the bar for anything that step inside your energy zone. And when they feel that vibration of you and who you are, that's the standard you live on. So they already know the bar is raised high. So if I even want to give this person attention, I have to step my game up.
How do you create a safe space for the woman you love, for her to confide? Validate her. Because the fact of the matter is that a lot of women start talking and then the first thing we resort to is, okay, you're right. And that's very, very dismissive. It's not even acknowledging the many layers attached to these emotions that she's expressing. So that's why validation is important, because that's nothing but being seen in an emotional form. That's being heard and that's being respected in an emotional form. So the best thing you can do to provide a safe space for her is to validate it when she's expressing it to you. Because the fact of the matter is that it ain't a person in the world who doesn't want to be right all the time. It doesn't want to. It's not about being right, gang.
The greatest power a woman can have in this world is silence, and I don't mean in a sense to shut up and not talk or not express her opinion. To be silent is to not be silenced. Very important you understand this. But a lot of times I see women constantly express themselves emotionally on situations that have zero impact on their lives. Something happens externally, and then they get their own internal emotional state caught up in this external situation. And they're distributing their energy in a very ineffective way. They're pouring and vomiting their energy out to something that has no guidance and no merit on their life. And that's where you have to learn that the power in being a woman is to retain your energy and to spend it in areas that make sense for you. And the most powerful women I meet in the world, they don't speak much. They're quiet. They're silent. Because the people around them, their man, their leader, their people that look out for them, know what their expectations are. They know what their standards are. And so if you look at a great partnership between a woman and a woman doesn't really have to say anything when things are going wrong because her man knows, oh, she's not going to be happy, or she likes this and I'm going to do this. That's the power in a woman, being silent. Not necessarily raising your voice or nagging or yelling or constantly projecting your emotions upon the world. You are understood by those around you because you've created so much value in who you are and the mindset that you have, to where your man, your brothers, your sisters, those people around you will do things without you even saying anything.
Life happens, all right, and your body has changed and you're presenting yourself differently. Then this is a situation where you have to ask yourself, and I'm just going to be completely real with you. And again, some of y'all may not like me after this one. Are you happy with where you are and how you look? So if you're that woman, you've been with him a couple years, you put on some weight. If you are not happy with how you look, forget what he's thinking for a second. Though I do believe that we should be trying to look good for our partner, but make that clear. I believe in that wholeheartedly, men and women. But if you are not happy with it, then you've got to be willing to do something about it. I know that's easier said than done, but you've got to be willing to put in the work.
They will feel the impact of your silence the moment you do this. The moment that you stand on business, this is when they're going to feel the impact of your silence. Because now you're serious. Now you're looking at it as, okay, hey, let me show them better than I can tell them. Let me distance myself from this person, not respond to their texts, not respond to their phone calls. Let me just focus on myself. Because what I was doing in the past, chasing them, putting them on this pedestal, right? Trying to make them realize that I'm the one for you. Hey, I was here. I still want you. That actually repelled them. That energy that I was giving off, it repelled them. That's why they with somebody else, or they say I needed space or time for myself. All of these excuses that they tell you versus telling you that they just don't want to be with you because you had this needy energy. You smothered them. Too many arguments, right? They don't want to say all that. They're ready to just have a cliche, I need to work on myself. It's not you, it's me situation. But when you stand on business and say, hey, I'm about to go silent. I'm about to let you do you because I'm about to do me, baby. You know, I'm about to live my life now. They're going to feel that because now you're no longer available to them anymore. Every time that they had an issue or every time that they wanted to play this game with you, you was right there. You'll take them back on the drop of a dime, just like that. But now you realize that, hey, I've been hurt too many times. I've been played too many times. This person is putting me on the back burner. You have more respect for yourself now. You saying, hey, look, I get it. You don't want to be with me? Cool. Let me go somewhere else. Now they like, wait. Let me reel you back in. Let me still get your validation. Let me still get this ego boost. But now you no longer that person anymore. The impact of your silence is going to really, really, really impact them. They're going to feel it. They're going to reach out to you. They're going to be looking at their phone. Your name is no longer on there anymore. They're going to call you straight to voicemail. They're going to want to see you on social media. They're going to call you and say, hey, can we meet up? It's been a couple of weeks or months. I haven't heard from you. That's the bait you in. Say no. Don't reply. Leave them on red. And when you do finally decide to reply, tell them, hey, these are my boundaries and standards. If you can't abide by my rules, leave me alone. If you want to abide by these rules, then maybe, just maybe, I might give you a time of day. But now it's on your time. is not on their time anymore.
Is there a point where reassurance all the time becomes an unhealthy habit?
Absolutely. We always talk about how you can't pour from an empty cup, but you can't pour into a broken cup. And sometimes that cup has a leak in the bottom, and no matter how much you pour, how much you validate somebody, you assure somebody, you let them know you there, you ain't leaving, you got their back, no matter the time you tell them they beautiful or whatever, if it's a broken part of that cup, it's going to continue to leak out oftentimes faster than you can reassure them. No matter how many times you give somebody the passcode, no matter how many times you give them your ETA and your location, sometimes an insecure person is an insecure person and they got nothing to do with you. So if it gets to a level where you feel like your assurance, no matter how much you extend yourself, is not enough, that's probably not a relationship for you.
The key to self-confidence is really simple. I've trained hundreds of thousands of people. I've spoken to millions of people around the world. I can tell you this, the self-confident people I know, whether they are athletes, school teachers, mechanics, parents, stay-at-home moms, you name it, they have a pattern of keeping promises they make to themselves. The groundwork of beginning to build self-confidence is to begin to keep the promises you make to you. And that's why it's important to begin to even make small promises. If you're going to get up at a certain time in the morning, not only do it, but then give yourself credit. Say, I did what I said I was going to do. If it's in your diet or your fitness, don't just eat the healthy foods. Go, I'm doing what I said I was going to do. You begin to build this reputation. If you're constantly being influenced and moved by what other people think about you, it means there's a deficiency in what you think about you. It's a pattern of keeping the promises that you make to you. That's the groundwork of self-confidence, for sure.
Ladies, when it comes down to it, what we really want from you guys is quite simple. A woman who will hold her own in any conversation and isn't afraid to speak up is incredibly attractive to us. Ladies, we want to see that bad mentality. We want to see that bad persona. We feel that energy. That's a real thing to us. And it's something that we can sense from across the room.
When a woman feels secure in a relationship is when she knows she can openly express her feelings without being shot down, without being denied. When she can openly say, there's a problem and it's bothering me, and you sit there and you fix the problem. Now, a man understands that we have problems and we need to fix them. A boy will walk away, or they will say that that's your problem, it has nothing to do with me, or they believe it's an argument and they walk away. Do you know how many women would have better relationships if there was just a little bit of communication and allowing her to express her feelings? The reason why she's expressing is because she loves you and she wants to fix it. But the problem is you don't listen. All you want to do is raise your voice and try to manipulate her to make her believe that she's the problem. And you know what? She quits. She's tired. She stops expressing. And that's when the relationship goes down the drain, because she no longer wants to open up to you because you have shot her down multiple times when all she's telling you is what she feels in her heart, in her soul. And all you're doing is believing that you think that it's an argument and it's always her problem, not yours. But you are the problem. You're just not listening.
When you see men being drawn to a woman who's not trying hard, it might simply be because he just was already attracted to her. All right, now the second reason why men are attracted to women who don't try hard is because it exudes a level of confidence and it does not show desperation. So let's start with confidence. Confidence makes everyone look better. And confidence is about knowing your value, knowing your worth. And so we want that to be the case. But I must remind you, I don't want it to be the case to the point where now you slide back into, well, if I know my worth and I know my value, then he has to do all the work. He has to jump through the hoops. He has to prove to me this, that, and the other. Because now you're crossing the unhealthy line.
So after time and time again, trying to get your partner to open up and have conversations about things that are concerning to you, right, that matter to you and are necessary for you to be healthy in your relationship, you learn to be quiet because your partner won't entertain the combos. They talk it away. They dismiss it, all that stuff. But see, the thing you're missing is there was 2 lessons that was learned. You learn to be quiet, but simultaneously you also learn that you don't either love yourself enough or value yourself enough to stand on some sort of standards for yourself and do what's necessary if your partner won't communicate with you effectively. See, the 2 lessons you should have learned is either 1, I can't get healthy results with this partner because they won't have effective communication with me and be concerned to my feelings and my needs. Or 2, I'm not finding the right angle to approach my partner to get them to want to engage and meet me halfway. There's something I'm missing on that end. Either of those two. But a lesson you should never learn is to be quiet. Because when you learn that lesson, you're also quietly learning to self-destruct.
Be consistent with everyone. Unfortunately, so many people pedestalize one relationship or one person and then are gods to others in that relationship. And of course you wondered why you're being fucked around with. Because you're a fuck around. If you have a structure and you have principles and values by which you go about your relationships, the best part is you're consistent. And then when you're consistent, you actually trust yourself and your own judgment. You become rock solid. It's powerful. It is a shortcut to confidence. Consistency in behavior around people without their social status, without their beauty, without how they look, without what they wear, without what they're coming in with, but how they treat you. Be consistent with that. Then you're somebody, there's a lot of structure, untouchable.
I need you to stop showing up in spaces small so that other people can feel seen. A very well-established client of mine said to me last week, he said, Dr. Zeb, sometimes when I show up in spaces, environments, even in relationships, friendships, I feel like I'm out of place. I said, have you ever seen a Maserati on a Kia lot? He said, no. I said, why? He said, because it doesn't belong. I said, exactly. And it is very common to confuse meekness with false humility, because they look alike. But I've learned in the past that sometimes when I've showed up in spaces, quiet, small, reserved, trying to come across as humble, I was really being fake because I wasn't being sincere. In a climate where everybody thinks they should get a trophy, everybody thinks they should be awarded, everybody thinks they should be recognized, the best thing you can do is show up as yourself, even if it makes everybody else uncomfortable. Because if a Maserati does not belong on a Kia lot, you should not show up in spaces being anything but who you are. You've got two jobs. One, be better today than what you were yesterday. And two, don't forget what I told you.